Good morning, my Saturday morning coffee people. How are you? We're good. We're pretty good. This is going to be very short because of the flu. I'm still very weak and I didn't do a lot this week except read, but I wanted to share a few things with you first. But first, coffee. Coffee is good. Good coffee. I should have shared this with you last week and I totally forgot about it, but I'm going to share it with you now. My dearest friend, Catherine, I sent her, I did a series of urban sketches and she really liked them, and she wanted the ones where, she wanted a copy of the ones where she had visited those places in Europe and things like that. So I sent her the whole sketchbook. I said, why not? What am I gonna do with this stuff, right? You know, I have a lot of stuff, and once it's done, it's done. I give away a lot of it. Come on, baby, come over here. Come sit in my lap. So she deals with a printer. Oh, either way. She deals with a printer because of things that she does with the Kenan Center in Lockport and things like that. So she talked to the printer and she printed out cards of my artwork. And then they threw in some bookmarks. And I want to show you how adorable these are. So look at how nice these are. And look at, they went and put they lifted my name or my signature. And they're really well made, really nice cards. Oops, look at this. And it comes with an envelope. Look at that. And then you can use these cards. Isn't that great? And here's the envelope. I thought that was so wonderful of her. I was almost as speechless as when she sent me the Octo-Man that she knitted for me. She's one of my dearest friends. I'm telling you. So I'm going to show you all the ones that she had printed out. I think I put that in backwards, but there's that. The Arc de Triomphe in France. And this is all my artwork. This one I just threw together. I just threw this together, but when they printed it, it looks so nice. Because I was just doing urban sketches. You know how I like to do my scribby scribs. Look at how nicely they did that. That was the Netherlands. This was my favorite one. And this is all scribby scrib, if you see. When you watch me do this stuff. Look at that. Isn't that nice? And then the La Sagrada Familia. This is another one of my favorites. And these are all cards. And now remember, oh no, this is not it yet. Here's Venice. That was part of that series that I did. And then remember how I surprised her when she went on that cruise and she was in Venice and she sent me all those pictures of Venice. I took her pictures and created paintings. Well, she's got the originals and she put the originals in frames in one of her rooms. But she had cards made out as well. Look at how nice that is. I mean, they look nicer than the originals. This was Venice. This was her photo. This was her photo, and I took the photo and then painted it. There's another one of Venice. Isn't that nice? What a nice surprise. And then they had all these images put on bookmarks. Look at that. And they're part of the Niagara art trail and things like that. So they have a lot of art in. I'd have to go visit and see what this place. The place. You may find work by a variety of local artists at the Niagara Art Trail Gallery, Shop, and Resource Center. That's the name of the place right there. If you want to get stuff printed out, let me tell you, that is them. They are so cool. And let's see, look at the New York City one. Isn't that nice? I love it. So, you know, I I struggle with, you know, making money with my art because I don't know. But now that I know that someone does this, I mean, what do you think? I don't know. I could sell these. I could mail these to people if they wanted to buy them. I would have to start my own. I'd have to research and start like a website and stuff like that. I know artists do that and things like that. I have so many other photos that I could have printed out just like that. Thank God when I lost all of my finished artwork during the Helene flood, thank goodness I have videos and photos of almost everything that I did. So isn't this the nicest thing my friend Catherine did? She really wants me to monetize my art. And I think, you know, that day may come. I just need to research it more and stuff like that. Let's have some more coffee, shall we? So I didn't do a lot this week. I just really sat and read. And let me tell you, I did go down some rabbit holes. Oh, that's so good. So remember when I told you about the Fairy Loot book subscription? And it's, and I got on the waiting list. I still haven't, you know, I'm still on the waiting list. I'm still waiting. But of course, I research a lot of YouTube channels, and there are a lot of so the genre is fantasy, romantasy, you know, kind of like the Game of Thrones type stuff, dragons and fae and things like that. I've always been into nonfiction. So I decided to get into this because it started with that Fairy Loot. There's other book subscriptions out there. I've watched the YouTube channels of people unboxing, and now I know I have a list of many. I've gotten on the waiting list of many. I know. I'm gonna try at least most of them at least once. Fairy Loot looks like one I will stay with for quite a while. So in that realm, I went to Barnes and Noble and I wanted to just get a few books. And of course I'm turning into a snob now. I just want the books that have these sprayed edges, which they only had a few. I guess a lot of the sprayed edges are done for special editions and things like that. So I thought, well, I got a few of the books, but I decided to start. I did start with Ekotar, A Crown of Thorns and Roses, and I do have it on my Kindle. But I decided when I start reading all these books, I'm going to get Ekotar, and there is a special editions with the sprayed edges and everything like that. I think there's about, I can't remember if there's more than 5 books or something like that. I don't know. The whole thing is like $200 something. But I'm not going to get it yet. Not quite yet, because I decided to do one of the other OGs is Brandon Sanderson is another one of the OGs besides Sarah J. Maas, M-A-A-S, who did Ekotar, A Crown of Thorns and Roses. And Bradford, and of course I didn't get the hard book or the sprayed edges, but I thought I'd start with Mistborn. So I've been reading this week because I just haven't not had any energy to do really a lot else. So that's why this is going to be really short as well. So I've been reading this. It is pretty good. I like to read stuff that I can't stop reading. So I'm glad I got back into that and this genre. And I think it's kind of cool. I've been watching a lot of YouTubers, not the book talkers, not the famous ones, because I don't want to get caught up in a lot of that. I really want to read the good stuff and the OG, the goats of these genres. So that's what I'm doing. So with all that, remember when I told you how I got HBO Max and all that stuff. I thought, well, why? Let's just try and watch Game of Thrones. Oh boy. Jaxie. So, oh, she also lives. This is in here too. Let's go, Buffalo. It's the Buffalo Bills schedule. So, of course, I started watching Game of Thrones, I believe, on a Tuesday of this week. And the first 15 minutes were there were like 3 beheadings. I'm really not into the blood and guts and gore and all that stuff. It was just, but I tried because it did intrigue me. So I tried. I think I watched like 3, maybe 4 episodes that night. And then the next day, I watched several more episodes. But when they killed the only good guy in Game of Thrones, I think Ned Stark, when they killed him, I was done because everyone else I can't stand, except for his family. I love his family. But I was like, I hate everybody. I can't stand, what is her, is it Cersei? Cersei, the blonde, and her and her brother who are, I couldn't watch it because it really is a lot of blood, but it's so cool. And the only reason why I wanted to start watching Game of Thrones is because, you know, I'm going through Jax, stop. He's just, I love you so much. You're going to get down. The main reason, because I'm flipping through Instagram and stuff, and there's these memes, portions of, and I'm sure it's like 6 or 7 seasons in, where they drag this dragon with these huge chains. Hundreds and hundreds of these slaves or whatever are pulling this dragon out of this icy waters. And then he awakens, his eyes open. I thought that was so cool and dramatic. I wanted to watch that. But I don't know what season that's in. And I'm like, because I thought that was really, really cool. I don't know if I could sit through all the blood and the gore. And after they have already killed the nicest guy in the whole series. And of course, I've heard, you know, from when it was on, and it was very popular, that they will kill anybody. It doesn't matter. Oh, there's a lot of sex too. Full frontal and nudity and stuff like that, which is not no biggie to me. That's when I get up and make a cup of tea. I just don't think I want to continue. The thing is, everything else, the background and all that stuff is fantastic. I just don't care for the blood, the beheadings, the blood and the guts, the beheadings, the sex. A lot of, you know, the weird sex too. So, you know, I don't think I can continue. I don't know. After they killed Ned, I don't know if I want to watch it anymore. So I'm just going to read my books. I think that is it. I don't really have a lot more to say, but I wanted to get together with you guys and have some coffee. Tell me, you got any good books? Are you into that genre? Do you do the subscription boxes? Are you gonna now? Are you gonna Google Fairy Loot and Once Upon a Book something? I had the whole list. There's a Illumicrate, Owl Crate. Google all those. You'll be subscribing too, but you gotta get on waiting list. They're that good. I'm gonna get my strength up. Been eating really healthy, eating good to get my strength up. I've got a lot of things coming up. Once I have shaken all this off And I've got some great adventures in store for you guys. Oh yes, oh yes. Let me just get my energy up and things like that. I'm going to be staying with my friend Mike up in San Antonio, Texas, which is just above, he's at Murata. This is not Texas, San Antonio, Florida. And he's at he built a house in Murata, and Murata has the largest lagoon in Florida. So I'm going to go up there and visit with him and Captain for several days. That'll be fun. So that's an adventure, and I've got many other adventures to share with you too. And then what else? I think that's it, because I'll be watching Captain. He's going to be, I think he's going to New York for work or something like that. So I'll be watching Captain for him. Let's see, I got so many really cool adventures. Now that the weather is going to be cooling down, I got some adventures that I'm going to share with you. I've been doing a little bit of art too. That stuff is on Instagram if you ever want to see it. But I love you guys. I wasn't even going to do this. I was going to cancel, but I said, no, I have to be with my friends. I have to at least say hello. And I really had to share the stuff that Catherine did for me because she's such a sweetheart. And I will see you next Saturday. I'll talk to you later. That step. It's never been that high before. It's full moon today, I think, so maybe the tide is higher, but it's never been that high. That step is almost gone. It's raining all day. Good thing we're on the 3rd floor.